Alright, so everyone is talking about this solar eclipse that is coming on April the 8th, 2024, but what they forget to realize, or forget to talk about, and that it's being triggered from the eclipse that was in 2017. So when they show you on the news, they show you, instead of just showing you one line of the eclipse, they show you the other line too. So, but where the X marks the spot at is very important. We're going to go right back into that. So as you can see, the last time that the Moors was defeated, or they stopped being the conquerors of North Africa and Spain, it ended 1492. So 1492 is the year that a lot of different things went along, where slavery was made legal all the way back in those days. So that's when the cycle first started to now. So 1492 is very important when you're talking about the eclipse, because we're talking about cycles. These eclipses come in cycles at certain times. And from 1492, so 2024 minus 1492, we have 532. And we divide that by 19, because the cycles is every 19 years. And they give us a 28. So you know the 8 stands for cycles. And with the 2 there, it's like more powerful. It's more like money magic type stuff, or independence, because money is independence. You have to buy your way to independence, to freedom. You have to buy freedom. But all in all, that is a cycle of 28. 28 solar eclipse, American solar eclipse. So the same way I did that math, it's the same way you do the math with the other solar eclipse. And you'll see that every cycle from 28 to even the last one, 19 more years ago. And the more you keep going down the line, you'll see that the most important things happen around those times. And you have to do 2024 minus that. Sometimes you can do 2017, because that's another important date when it comes to these laws being changed. The Civil War, because most of this stuff has to do with the Civil War. Most of this stuff has to do with Confederates. America versus Britain, the Declaration of Independence, Abraham Lincoln, especially. When I say the 2017 eclipse, the Nat Turner eclipse, that's the same eclipse that Nat Turner saw. We see the freedom was going to happen. And if you see from 2017 minus 1865, where Abraham Lincoln got us free and all that, and got the slaves, it was 152. Divide that by 8, and that'd be, you divide that by 19, and that'd be 8 cycles. So 8 is the number of cycles, and it's happening on the 8th, April 8th. 8 is for cycles. So that's what the Civil War and Abraham Lincoln had to do all with this. And even when Nat Turner, it was 1828 when Nat Turner said that it was going to be an eclipse February 12th in a couple years, and that was going to be the sign of what he was talking about for the eclipse, what the Spirit showed him. And they believe that it was fulfilled February 12, 1831. But when you really look at the science behind it, the person who made us free for the same thing that Nat Turner was standing for was the President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. And he was born on the exact date that it was supposed to be fulfilled. Not on the year, but the birthday. When you look at the birthday and the day that the eclipse was going to happen around that time, it's the same day. So this is what Abraham Lincoln, the spirit of Abraham Lincoln, had to do with this, to make us be able to be free. Because if it wasn't for Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, John Adams, General Lee, and the people that we think are racist, we would never been free. So God is gonna use the white man to get us free, because the black man is not gonna do it. He's not gonna stand up in oppression. Another important date to add up is 1815. That's the year that the Northern Masonic jurisdiction and the Southern Masonic jurisdiction broke up peace. So if you notice, the Northern, they have less, but that's where all the blacks wanted to go to become free, and they was mainly whites. Everybody know the blacks, Masonics, the Scottish Rite and all them, they mainly have to deal with like the Southern, Southern. So it was the Northern Masonic orders that got us free. If you see with George Washington, and then you see the black man who they say was a slave, that man dressed better than George Washington. He couldn't be a slave. And then he had his hand inside of his shirt, so it was something that was coming to pass. It was something that he was hiding that was gonna come to pass when this picture was made. And they was really talking about the eclipse. They was really giving us signs. So everybody say George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, they are racist. These people got us free. Abraham Lincoln, when they did the Declaration of Independence and all type of stuff, it was for slavery to be free forever. Like, it doesn't go away. Like, you cannot make slaves come back on this land at all. Now to the juicy part. When we say the X marks the spot at, it's gonna be over a city called Wakanda, just like the city Wakanda inside of the Black Panthers. So it's the movies now. When you think these people are evil, they are actually awakening our eyes to what is happening too. And if you can see, right down from Wakanda, it's a place called Panther's Den. So we're talking about the Black Panther, actually. The movie The Black Panther, they had all the resources and everything. Where was they at? In Haiti. They can say Nigeria or Haiti or someplace in Africa, but it's where all the resources at, futuristic resources that the black man have access to. So how this ties back to Abraham Lincoln is in Illinois, and that's like what it's called on their license plates. It's called, like, I think it's Little Abraham Lincoln Home or something, and the name of this place is called Wakanda. It's called Little Egypt. So that all has to tie into some secret stuff, you know. Masonics, they are fascinated with Egyptology and stuff. Masonry, Moorish science. So after the Moors was captured in 1492 to now, the cycle just basically ended, where they might be back on top. That's coming up. So you're gonna see a lot of blacks become rich and stuff like that. Alright, so I'll be closing out with this. I know you're saying, what's wrestling have to do with this? So here we have Roman Reigns. They just call him, nicknamed the Tribal Chief. And Cody Rhodes is the American Badass Nightmare. So you have this eclipse named the Great American Eclipse. So now you have the Tribal Chief, the Aboriginals, versus the American Badass. So this is the same as the Civil War with the Confederates versus the people who wanted to be free, with the Britain versus America. All these come under these two solar eclipses, because we're not just talking about the 2024, we're also talking about the 2017 eclipse that triggered this. Also, we had the Chiefs versus the 49ers. And when you break that down, you have 4 plus 9 equals 13 for the 49ers. So 13 people can say is an X sometimes. So X marks the spot. So it's the X. and the chiefs. Who was the chiefs? That's why I actually think that this has to do with Haiti, because Haiti is in civil war on their own. Them versus people who trying to colonize them and people who trying to run their country. The man who stepped down for Haiti, his name was Ariel Henry. Ariel, when you talk about mythology and all that, astrology, is the lion. The solar eclipse take place in Aries. So, and it takes place on the 8th. Like, when the Lion's Gate is, August the 8th. August the 8th is when they say the gates is open. So it's a solar. What runs Leo or the lion? The sun. And also the 8 have to do with government, because it's Saturn. So a lot of laws are gonna change this year. Just like all them other 19 years, all the way down to 1492. It's going to be a lot of laws keep changing. And I think that Haiti is going to get free. Or they're going to do a treaty with the big people. Also, Haiti's canal is done. The one that Dominican Republic didn't want them to do, because they didn't want them to have the agriculture. But eventually they realized that the people really need it, so they can become the most richest nation again in the Western Hemisphere if they have their crops and everything right.